What's up, guys? Steve here with SCPA Weather Forecast. It is Saturday night around 7:30. I'm just going to go over a quick model analysis for our upcoming event on Monday. What you have here is temperatures. I normally don't show this map, but it's pretty important for our Monday system. So what I wanted to show you, and I'll explain why in just a second here. This is Monday at 9 a.m. 28 degrees here in York, colder up in northeastern PA, and already in the low 30s in the Philadelphia region and whatnot. But as we're going through the day here, this is in hourly increments. You're noticing one thing: temperatures are increasing. We're already at 32 at noon, and then 35, 37, 40. So if these temperatures are modeled correctly, which I do believe that they're probably a little high by maybe a degree or two, we're still going to have potentially some problems with snow accumulation. So what's being shown here on the modeling isn't necessarily probably going to be the final total on the surfaces, simply because we're in later February. The sun angle is getting higher in the sky, and with temperatures rising above 32, it may be an issue. Timing of this storm is going to be very important. So if it does come in a couple hours earlier than currently modeled, then we will have a better chance of laying down a base for accumulation on paved surfaces. But I do think overall major roadways, treated surfaces will be probably slushy and a little bit snow covered. Pardon me, but overall, I don't think it's going to be all that terrible. So let me just go here to 6-hour precip, and you'll notice there that it's snowing at 40 degrees. Kind of hard to accumulate. But what you will also notice is here at 7 o'clock in the morning, snow's not yet in. 10 o'clock in the morning, it is snowing per what the European model is saying. So that's a decent time if you were able to get a burst of snow to lay down a base, then you can accumulate snow unpaved. But if it just comes down lightly for the first few hours, it's going to be tough to do accumulations on paved, particularly south-facing slopes and whatnot. But this European model is showing some things I'm also starting to be a little concerned with as far as snow accumulations go, total snow accumulations. And you're starting to see some mixing show up here. Well, every storm that we've had so far has been a freaking mix event, which in my winter outlook back in, I believe it was December, I did mention that there's going to be a lot of these. And truth be told, it kind of fits La Nina patterns, which is what we're in. The cigar of this is San Latanio AJ and Joke. AJ and Joche. So we're going through here. We'll show you the GFS. Same timing, pretty much 10 o'clock in the morning, between 7 and 10. Decent burst. This is showing less of mixing, but I do think that as we go into the day tomorrow, modeling probably is going to pick up more so on mixing, and that is evident in some of the short-range modeling. This is the parallel GFS model. Same timing, decent band here. This is some pretty moderate to heavy snow. This is light to moderate snow. That's light snow. Go to the Canadian. And this is same timing, pretty much. This is 10 o'clock in the morning. Moderate to heavy snow down here. Now, I do think this is overdone. I think this is going to be way more mixing down here. And we'll go to the NAM 12K. Now, this has been pointing out for the past several runs now. And I'll show you that this says no snow in South Central PA. Basically all of a freezing rain event. So we're going to have to continue to monitor that. The low-level cold is good for snow. It's a matter of, seems like the upper atmosphere temperatures just can't hold on with these storms to get a full snow event. And that will likely be the case with this as well. And one more map. Actually, we'll run through all of them. This is the NAM 3K model. Once again, you notice that it starts off as snow and then a very quick change to sleet and freezing rain. So is this correct? Well, we're going to still have to monitor it for about another 12 to 18 hours before we can make a call. But some of these snow maps here, this is the Canadian short range. Now, note yesterday, everyone except for the NAM models were showing a pure snow solution. So this has changed today. Even the Canadian, which was showing a decent snow hit, I believe is now, see that mix getting up there. That tells me that this area is probably going to fill in with more of a mix over the course of the next couple 24 hours. And here is the Canadian 2K. Now this is actually showing a pretty decent hit with some pretty decent snow. And that's up to Monday at 1 o'clock. So you probably will get an additional 2 to 3 hours of snow if this were to be modeled correctly. So we'll go down here to, let's go to temperatures quick on this one. I just want to see something. This is still holding this low level cold air better. If you notice, the European was already, I believe, at like 35 at this time frame. And this is as far as this goes out. But we'll go to this quick, go through these snowfall totals based off a 10-to-1 ratio. So this model is showing already 3 to 4 inches South Central PA by 1 o'clock on Monday. It would have to come down hard and heavy in order to accumulate that much snow in a 3-hour period, which I think this is overdone. But we'll go to the Canadian 10K. And this is showing a total of 2.8 inches. The NAM model, not so keen on white stuff, more of a freezing rain sleet event. It has moved this band, which was sitting over here yesterday, up north, and that seems to be the trend. And we'll go to the 3K NAM, showing a pretty decent hit out here. Well, it's been snowing there all freaking season. I think Allentown, Bethlehem already has like 53.5 inches. They had that one big storm, which aided to that. So we're about, here in York, we're about 25 inches or so below them. So there's a saying that says it snows where it wants to snow. And this NAM model is certainly picking up on that. Even out here with the last storm, Norristown area, there was a band which basically ran from like Freehold, New Jersey, which is like right about there, to like right here, southern Lancaster County, which there was about 7 to 10 inches of snow out of that. Whereas here in York proper, we had only about 5 inches total, which was compacted down by some sleet. go to the icon model. Once again, don't know if I buy that. If anything, this is probably up here more. But in general, 2 to 3 inches. The Canadian model. 1 to 2 inches. The GFS. 1 to 2 inches. GFS parallel model. 2 to 3 inches. And European 3.5 to 4 inches. We'll go to the ensemble runs here. 2.5. You'll notice that this is also showing here. It's showing the same thing on the NAM model. So this area is probably going to be the big winner. European control. Once again, heavier snow up here. 3 to 4 inches in South Central PA. GFS ensemble. 1 to 2. And Canadian ensemble. 2 to 3. So the differences in the models are the Canadian models seem to have the heaviest snow. DC, Baltimore. European and for some part GFS and NAM seem to have it from Berks County northeast. And with some okay snow here in South Central PA. But the gist of things is this. We're going to continue to monitor. The trend is likely going to be to feature more sleet and freezing rain than just pure snow as we move forward on the data. And I will present that to you tomorrow. It's going to be tough to stick on the roads, I think, unless we get a decent thump at the front end and it starts a little bit earlier. But all in all, it's going to be slow travel. Some roads will be slick, and particularly the secondary roads. And this would be Monday time frame. In and out quick, probably about 6 to 7 hours max, probably 8, 9 o'clock starting as it looks and ending probably 3, 4 o'clock. In general, I'm thinking for South Central PA proper, 1 to 4. 4 would be if we do not get the mixing and sleet and freezing rain. 1 or even less would be if we get more sleet and freezing rain, which seems to be the trend. And accumulations on the accumulation boards, which is where you're supposed to measure snow, may show the amounts that I'm forecasting, but I don't think you're going to have quite that much on paved surfaces. So we'll continue to monitor. Now, after this storm, it does look like we do get a break in the colder temperatures, and we're back to more of a traditional La Nina pattern. Warmer storms coming up to the west. But I don't think winter is over. I think we have at least an opportunity for another, after Monday storm, at least another 2 to 3 events in March. And I do think that there's at least potential for one larger storm blockbuster of 8 inches. Well, I don't even want to use that term blockbuster. Just one larger storm of over 8 inches or more. We got to watch March. It's notorious for shortening of wavelengths as we transition from a winter pattern to a spring pattern. And some of our best snowstorms in this area have come in March. So winter is by no means over, in my opinion. We get a reprieve. I don't think that it's going to be nearly as cold as it's been the past 3 weeks. and I don't think it's going to be nearly as active as far as storms with snow and winter precip uh, feature. I think it's still going to be active, but probably going to go in more of a rain um, storm pattern for at least probably 7 to 10, 12 days. Still might be a chance, outside chance. I'm looking at the end of next week. Um, some things are toying around with the Thursday, Friday. They have been. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but then we got to keep our eyes on the weekend as well. Seems like we're in this storm pattern every 3 to 4 days, and that's been the case. So that is my Saturday update. Thank you for viewing. Have yourself a phenomenal evening, and I'll be back tomorrow with some updates. Take care now.